Guys, Blackie for Shaman's Forge Bushcraft. A while back I did a video where I was talking about the walker, and I was talking about the loading lever catch and how you could modify it to make it lock more securely where it will not drop. Well, a friend of mine named Jason, this is his walker. This gun was modified that way. The problem with it was went a little zealous, and now it takes a good strong man to pull that thing out of there. Notice how it will pop that lever back. So what we've got to do is we've got to fix it a little bit. We've got to radius it just a little bit. We've got it like Colt intended, where it's locked. You know, it's not going to just pop out of there. What we've got to do now is we've got to make it where we can get it out of there without giving it problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a set of needle files and we're going to relieve it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get it out of there. To do so, I'm going to have to bear down on the spring just a little bit to get it to come on out of there. And then chaos ensued, because at this moment in the video, that's when the little latch snapped. I had two problems in that walker that I didn't realize. I have since figured it out, got the part. Now, what happens when the catch snaps? When I'm talking about the catch, what we're discussing, like I was talking about, is this. That little latch right there. It snapped. Now, it's in a groove, a dovetail, so all I had to do was order a new part from Taylor's & Company, which is available online at a reasonable price, from Taylor's for a Uberti walker, which is, this is what I have. If you have a Pieta or whatever, make sure you specify that so they got exactly the right size. I took a punch and I tapped out the broken one and I tapped in the new one. And since we're now starting back with a new one, I get an opportunity to show you from scratch how to fix this dropping lever problem again. Okay, now, one of the things that does occur with the walkers, not universal, but it can happen, is a binding with this loading lever right here. Because what happens is, you grab this loading lever and you start to come down, it comes out about that far and suddenly it's there. Oh my God, and you bear down like crazy and you think that little hook is doing it. It's not, it's here. Right now, I bet I could put 50 pounds of pressure on that and it wouldn't come out. But watch what happens when I take my finger and I go. That's your bind. Where that straight shaft is trying to go through that straight opening, it isn't radiused properly. And because of that, it's a straight and a straight. When you come out, the camming in this angle is slightly off. So when it comes out, right there, it binds. All you got to do is take your finger and go, and it goes right through. So, in the field, I'm loading, what do? I'm holding it in my hand like this. Get out here where you can see it, like this. I take and I grab the lever and I open it up till it binds. I take my thumb right there and I go, and then I bring it up and it'll go to that bind point. Now I can drop in the next ball. Just go. Come back up to the bind point. The handle won't fall. Put the next one in. Touch. That's how you do that. A little tip or trick that'll make your life so much easier. So let's get back to that latch problem. As you know, with the walkers, because these are so big, the barrels are so long, and this loading lever is so heavy, upon firing, it will drop. Well, one of the reasons it's dropping is this latch is not very strong. Colt had not moved it out here at the end yet. So here's the trick that I do to greatly alleviate the dropping. It may not stop it totally, but it may alleviate many of the problems. And that's going to be, we're going to put a little shelf on that latch. Now, open this up where you can see it, real close. I want you to look at that little nub. Now see how rounded it is right now? We're going to put on the top edge of it a little shelf. Let me zoom the camera in on the deck and I'll show you. Okay, you can clearly see how rounded that is. And because of that rounding, when it goes into this slot, it's not biting it. It's supposed to be a friction fit, but if this isn't a really good friction fit, it's just going to jump past it. So here on the top, we're going to take needle files. Let me zoom the camera out and show you that. Sorry. A set of needle files. Now I got these at Harbor Freight. They're fairly cheap. And I'm going to take one of them that's got a good 90-degree edge. This one's a little triangular file, and that'll be just fine. Now I'm going to get here on the top of that. Now, to make life easier, I'm just going to drop the barrel off right quick. Okay, now with the barrel off, I'm going to take that triangular file and I'm going to put it on there. And I want this shelf going across to be 90 degrees. So I'm going to put that flat on that top. And I'm going to file it just a little bit flat, leaving the radius here. Let me zoom in a little tighter so you can see a little better. Okay, I want to leave this radius, but here at the top of it, right above it, that's where I want to put a little flat spot. Just like that. See, what that's going to do is, now it kind of grips it just a little bit. Rather than wanting to slide, it wants to grip just a little. Now I've got that established, I'm going to shift to a little flat file. I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to just like that. Now I haven't taken much off of there. Zoom in even tighter if I can. Get you into focus. There we go. Okay, but now as you can see, it has a little bit of a flat spot on the top. Now, when it closes, here where it actually comes out, it sticks further up to this edge and is a little bit tougher to pull down. See? So it still holds up, but now it wants to stay better. Now we have taken it and we have fixed that latch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot it several times. Does it make it better? If it's not quite enough, I may have to deepen that notch. I may have to come in here in the beginning of the loading lever and flatten that way so there's more of a hook, so the two hook together a little bit. Don't go too far. If you do, the two will lock together and you can't open it. Then you got to push that tab down. You want it to be a frictioned radius, not a true lock. Okay? So just deepen it a little bit. If you go too far and it does lock together, don't panic. Simply get on that 90-degree edge like that and kind of bevel the tip a little bit with the file so it does roll in and out a little easier. It's easier to back it back out a little. But I have done this with my walkers and made it where the lever would not drop all that often. Maybe once or twice out of 100 rounds as opposed to every round. So this was a weakness of the design. And if it is something, we can make a difference. I hope this helps, guys. I'm Blackie for Shaman's Forge Woodscraft. Wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.